Hello there, and welcome to Champions of Growth with Anand Rathi Wealth, where we're celebrating the individuals who bring a lasting value through trust, knowledge, and purpose. Shivraj Ghorpade is in the spotlight, and he is a wealth management professional who has over 2 decades of experience and has built a meaningful career at Anand Rathi Wealth. He's known for his deep knowledge, his exceptional presentation skills, and the ability to simplify complexity. In fact, he currently manages an AUM of about 240 crore rupees, and he's supported by a family that embodies excellence. He aspires to build a 500 crore rupee AUM by FY27, and he really credits his success to the Anand Rathi family. So thank you so much for joining in. Let's get started then by talking about Anand Rathi Wealth and the very unique strategy of offering only two products in a market that has so many options. What's your view on this approach and how has it worked for your clients?
First of all, thank you so much, Avan, for such a wonderful introduction per se. It's an honor and a pleasure to address you and meet you over here. About this particular question that we have only two products at the strategy, the entire essence is thanks to our core team members, our top management. It is their vision, their understandings, their logics, and eventually going through the entire plethora of wealth management products with certain parameters in place. The parameters and the acceptability of these parameters put in mutual funds as the first product basket, where any kind of participation in terms of equity, mutual fund is the best way of doing it. And the second is an all-weather portfolio that is taming your derivatives, which we call it as structured products or Nifty-linked debentures or market-linked debentures per se. So the combination of these two in a mathematical form with a very, very efficient portfolio has actually done wonders for the company, for our clients, and definitely for us at Anand Rathi as a wealth platform.
Yes, indeed. And, I'd imagine that there have been a number of instances over the years that have really defined the client centricity that Anand Rathi is known for. Could you share some?
It's a wonderful question to ask. And maybe we have a lot of instances, but frankly telling you, when all of us were hit with a global pandemic, where there was bloodbath altogether. The worst of the day was 23rd March 2020, when the markets had tanked. And our management actually took a call that we should sit and understand every single portfolio of all our investors way back then. I am Avan talking of clients, almost 9,000 plus clients, and there was an individual homework for each one of them is
Wow.
what kind of a hit we have taken and what can be the resilience or the pullback mechanism. So actually, mathematically, the Nifty level and what kind of levels we can attain and achieve, provided we reach that Nifty levels, was a humongous homework which we did in absolutely 48 hours.
Wow.
That shows that client centricity to the core, and definitely they are the annadatas. So we got to be very, very surely engrossed with our entire maths around this particular strategy.
Okay, yes, indeed. So let's discuss the fact that over the past decade, we've also seen the inclusion of structured products in the client portfolios. What have been some of your key learnings from this experience?
Thank you so much, Avan. This particular question is a very, very unique concept or a proposition in wealth management space, which has been proving itself since more than a decade. It was introduced way back in 2013-14, and since then, this particular aspect, which is a taming of the demon called as derivatives, which has done actual wonders for us. So this absolute mathematical concept of having your 100 rupees in 65-35 kind of equation has done a very, very consistent kind of returns for all our investors. So we are looking at almost 13-14% consistently for over a decade.
Wow. And I think the proof is in the pudding, the fact that the kind of scale, the kind of clients, the kind of relationships that you really enjoy. And we've also seen the fact that there have been 696 open-ended equity mutual funds that are available in the market. And Anand Rathi Wealth selection, it's a very unique process in selecting the equity mutual fund portfolio. What is the process and how has that helped build the client conviction?
Very true. So the plan A, which is mutual funds, is basically the essence of this entire strategy. So thanks to the product management team and the entire set of our Avengers who actually day in and day out study, understand week by week, month by month. We sit across with all these fund managers at helm, do our statistical research and everything, and then we come out with a basket of mutual funds, which we think going forward for the next 15 months, they should be able to deliver our so-called core objective of generating 3 to 4% additional returns over Nifty's performance. And God's been kind, and so the mehnat has fructified that we are able to generate 3 to 4% consistently for over a decade for our mutual fund selection. So it's a very, very robust mechanism, and I'm glad and I'm honored that we are part and parcel addressing, professing this particular strategy, a particular mutual fund basket to all our eminent investors.
Yes, indeed. And they will be even more glad. And at Anand Rathi Wealth, we've also seen a very healthy work-life balance. Can you just tell us a little bit more, any instances that stand out that really, advocate this thought?
Oh, very rightly said. So, frankly telling you, Avan, Anand Rathi is first family for us. So, family at large, you say home at home kind of a concept per se. And yes, indeed, every individuality, every family is treated like more like an Anand Rathi family altogether. Whatever we go through thicks and thins, we have got a very, very long rope. In today's life, time is the essence, and time is the most precious commodity, and we have time at our beck and call.
Hmm.
That speaks volumes because, incidentally, last March I had a very rough incident. I lost my father-in-law. This was during the most, what do you say, year-ending kind of a period where we have certain homeworks for each one of us to attain and achieve. And since Rakesh sir just came to know about this, he said, chill, relax, do not worry. In fact, a lot of maternity leaves or paternity leaves have been levied for the longer period of spans also without asking much questions. They always say, we firmly believe, first thing is family, let the family bounce back, office work will always continue.
That is truly wonderful and so heartening, especially in tough times. So tell us about the future then. What is it that's exciting for you, the direction of the company, and how you evolve?
Well, this experience or this entire decade of journey has been truly enriching, a very, very wholesome experience for us. For company also, it has grown leaps and bounds. Professionally, we're a listed entity. There's a lot of accountability with all of us. And going forward, the transparency is the most important key because we've been so transparent in terms of our approach, in terms of our process, and we all follow it to the T with the continuous training and all that. There has been tremendous learnings and self growth also, which is a part and parcel. So what we firmly believe is if our clients are going to be happy, so we are going to be happy. So the growth has to be truly wholesome in all perspectives.
Absolutely. So that really sounds very encouraging. But before we let you go, we just want to understand a little bit more with a quick rapid fire round. Okay, so quick questions.
Yes,
Clients
please.
who feel like family, that is a mantra. What builds that level of trust at Anand Rathi Wealth?
Pure one word, uncomplicated and transparent approach. You are an extended family.
Okay. Who at Anand Rathi Wealth has influenced your leadership style the most and why?
Well, no, that's a tough question because you have a lot of mentors. Right from the beginning days, it was always Swapan over there, then Firoz sir was there, then Chetan was there, then Chirag Muni was always there, Somil Bhai was always there. So they all have played their vital roles to shape us, to help us understand and practice. This practice and preaching has been inbuilt.
Wonderful. And one piece of advice to the young talent who's entering wealth management today?
Wow. Now, that's a tough question to answer, but frankly telling you, with this kind of a rich experience of almost 20 years in wealth and almost 10 years with Anand Rathi, I simply believe all the youngsters should have focus. They should have an objective, which is the most important, and then they should exhibit a lot of passion and perseverance.
Absolutely.
And should they follow this proven process to the T, there is no limits to personal growth or the professional growth for every single individual.
The sky is then the limit. So thank you so much, Shivraj, for joining in. Clearly, you've built your journey with integrity, and we've seen that essence of growth, and hope you continue to scale new milestones. And you really show what it means to be a champion of growth at Anand Rathi Wealth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Avan, for your precious time. And indeed, it was a pleasure addressing you and wishing you a very, very happy new year. God bless. Namaskar.